There's this burning frustration that nobody talks about enough. The kind of frustration that gnaws at you in the dead of night when all the noise finally dies down. You've built something, maybe a company, a team, an idea, but growth, real, sustainable growth, it's slipping through your fingers like sand. And it's not just about hitting numbers or quarterly targets. It's about something deeper. A relentless, raw hunger to keep pushing, to keep becoming, to break every ceiling you see, even when it feels like the world is set against you. The pain of stagnation, the dread of watching others leap ahead while you fight to stay relevant, it's real, and it's unforgiving. Here's the deal. Growth isn't magic. It's never a spark of luck or a bolt from the blue. The top performers out there, the founders who seem to build empires overnight, the investors who spot the next big thing while others blink, and the leaders who make impossible look easy, they don't just chase growth. They treat growth like a system, like a machine that must be built, maintained, and upgraded daily. And this is the truth that almost nobody accepts but should. Without a system for growth, hustle turns to chaos, chaos turns to burnout, and burnout turns to failure. You've seen it. People burn bright for a season, then crash. Momentary success feels like a glimpse of a higher plane, but without a system, it's damn near impossible to sustain. High performers refuse this trap. They know growth is a process, one that can be dissected, debugged, improved. They don't just want a win, they want lasting elevation. So, how do they build this system? How do they make growth something that flows naturally, something that becomes inevitable? That's the secret exposed in the cracks of routine and the edges of unconventional thinking. It starts with how you think about growth itself. You must stop treating growth like a result or metric and start seeing it as a living, breathing system tied to every part of who you are and what you do. Growth is not just jumping on the next shiny trend or grinding endlessly with no direction. Growth is a design. Like a machine, it has inputs, processes, feedback loops, and outputs. Ignoring any of these parts is like running a car with one wheel missing. You're gonna crash, no matter how fast you're trying to go. The first step in that system is obsession with clarity. High performers don't operate in fog. Every movement is sharp, every effort deliberate. When clarity is missing, you're just throwing darts blindfolded, hoping one sticks. Defining what growth means for you, not what some guru says, not what your competitor claims, but for your unique vision and velocity, is the foundation. Forget vague goals like, I want to grow, or I want success. Pinpoint exact targets that electrify you. How many customers? In what time frame? What new skill? What mindset? Growth becomes a muscle when it's precise and measurable, and this alone shifts the entire game. But clarity is useless without structure to act on it. Here's where most stumble, the trap of working hard, but not working on the right things. High performers build repeatable routines, not elaborate plans that die the moment something unexpected happens. These routines are your system's blood flow. They're made of habits so strong and consistent, they push the whole machine forward, even when motivation runs thin. Think morning rituals, feedback checks, data tracking, micro experiments, all aligned with your clarity. The system adapts day by day because it's alive. Then comes the hardest part. Feedback loops that don't lie. Most folks shrink away from real feedback because it stings. But the best performers wear feedback like armor. They're obsessed with real data. The wins, the losses, the customer whispers nobody else notices, the gut feelings sharpened by experience. Tracking this feedback isn't just about spreadsheets or fancy dashboards. It's about hunger for truth. Only through brutal honesty about what works and what doesn't can you tweak your system and keep evolving. This feedback fuels resilience instead of frustration. Here's where a lot of people freeze, realizing that growth is part mindset, part mechanics. If your internal compass is off, no system can save you. High performers guard their mental state fiercely. They practice selective focus, cutting out distractions that steal energy, ruthless prioritization of what truly matters, and daily rituals to reset and recharge. Growth systems aren't just about external actions. They're about tuning the inner world to handle pressure, doubt, and setbacks with long-game patience. If your mental engine sputters, so does the entire system. The system must also embrace learning as continuous, non negotiable fuel. Many people think learning is something you do in school, or maybe once a year at a conference. High performers consume new knowledge every day, from every source. They choose learning that snaps them out of their comfort zone and challenges their assumptions. Not to collect certificates or show off, but to continuously evolve their reality. Here's a kicker: the best learning is often hidden, messy, unpolished. It's in failed experiments, customer complaints, and conversations with people who think differently. Their growth system is a relentless learner. Another secret is the power of IM, communities and networks that amplify growth. High performers don't isolate. They know the system fails without connection to others who get it, who push boundaries, who demand the impossible, and don't accept excuses. This isn't about superficial networking or follower counts. It's about building a circle of fire, people who challenge you, hold you accountable, open doors you didn't know existed, and fuel your ambition without diminishing yours. Growth as a system includes strategically aligning with those few who are as hungry and fearless as you. This network becomes your acceleration lane. The most misunderstood part? Growth systems don't chase comfort, they manage discomfort. Growth means walking through resistance, recalibrating after chaos, absorbing failure, and rising from it transformed. High performers don't wait for pain to end, they harness it like energy. The system is designed to create controlled stress, to push limits while preventing burnout, to extract wisdom from struggle rather than let it break you. It's why so many founders and leaders crash and burn. They treat discomfort as enemy instead of fuel for transformation. Also, systems are not rigid. They flex and evolve with reality. It's the rigid thinkers who break because life doesn't play fair. High performers treat their growth system like a survivor's toolkit, constantly adjusting based on new learnings, market changes, personal shifts. They build in flexibility while keeping core principles intact. This blend of discipline and adaptability is the secret sauce that turns ordinary efforts into unstoppable momentum. Look, the world will keep selling you lies. That growth is luck. That success is for others. That you just need to grind harder or hire a guru. But this is not about luck, shortcut hacks, or hollow motivation speeches. It's about building a system within yourself. A system that, when properly fed, when cared for, produces growth as reliably as the sun rises. Because real high performance is not happenstance. It's the result of knowing how to build a system that works when you're exhausted, when the odds stack, when everything screams give up. And here's the hardest truth to swallow. You will fail many times in this journey. Your system will falter. Your faith will wobble. But the point is this: the system lives through the failure. It absorbs it, learns from it, and becomes stronger, smarter, sharper. The weak break. The system builders get back up faster, smarter, and with more command over their future. This mindset is non-negotiable if you want to outpace mediocrity. You're not here to follow the herd. You're here to build your own race. One where growth is inevitable and explosive, not chaotic and accidental. Every minute spent doubting or searching for quick fixes is a minute lost from building this system. Every hesitance to measure, to improve, to focus, to embrace discomfort is a leak in your growth machine. Fix that leak. Sharpen every gear. Make growth your relentless habit, your daily practice, your faith beyond belief. This is where ordinary stops and extraordinary begins. When growth stops being a chase and starts being a system embedded in every waking moment, your reality changes. You'll start seeing opportunities where others see limits. Problems become puzzles you can solve. Your energy shifts from pushing a boulder uphill to riding a wave that keeps rising. If you feel that fire inside, if you know that whatever you have now is just scratch on the surface, start building your growth system today. Stop waiting for permission. Burn past complacency. The few who dare don't wait for change. They become it. And growth becomes the engine of their destiny, not their luck. Hold on to that thought, because this isn't the end. It's the beginning of everything you're meant to become. Growth is a system. It's your system. And it's waiting for you to ignite it.